Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I will be showing how you can use Google Docs for your project or thesis work. So I will be telling you how you need to write a project, how you can do a formatting based upon the standard formats. So let's dive into the video. Why I have chosen Google Drive. That is because Google Drive is free and you can use both mobile and in your laptop. If at all you don't have an access to your laptop all the time, you can do necessary additions in your phone. Later you can edit in your laptop. That's how Drive versatility is. So let's go and learn how to do that. First, in order to create a new document, we need to click New and select Google Drive. This will lead into a new document which will be named as untitled document. You can name this document based upon your project name. And you can also tag a date along with it, so it will be easier for identification when you have started or when you are revising again and again. Now this is the document that you have. So what is basically a document? It is a plain book which has some pages like how we have in a book. Now you can also select different page lengths, like we have A4, A3. Similarly, we have pages set up in the document. To change the page setup, click on search bar and you will find page setup. And you can see apply to whole document and portrait or the landscape orientation. I'll show you what is portrait and landscape. Paper size, right now I want to change my paper size into A4. And these are the margins, basic standard margins for your thesis or project. As we give into binding, the left side should be 1.5 because half of the part or some region of your paper will go to the binding. So we recommend to use 1.5, and top, bottom, right can be 1 inch all the three sides. Now this document is in portrait. Portrait is nothing but where your horizontal part is less, like how you have a exam pad. In a similar way, like a sheet of paper, and if you turn it to horizontal, then it will be in a landscape mode, and if it is in a portrait mode, it will be less. Like this is your normal paper. Now I'll convert this into a landscape. You can see how the landscape, the horizontal part has been increased. The landscape you can use where you have majority of tables where the portrait form is not suitable, then you can take the landscape. Usually it is done for the tables. So I'll change into portrait back. You can also change the page color, but usually white is what we recommend. This is the initial setup, what you need to know. Now I will show you one more document where I have listed all the things that you need to understand. This is the side headings that we are learning today. What is basically a font? Font is nothing but a handwriting, like how we write. We have different styles of writing, right? Similarly, in the Google Docs or Google Word or MS Word or WPS Office, we have something called as font, which is basically the writing style. Now the standard font that comes is Arial, but the standard format when you're writing theory, thesis and project works, it should be Times New Roman. Okay, that's not Times New Roman. I will show you how it looks. Give me a minute. So what I'll do, I'll write my name multiple times, and I'll show you how different format looks with different fonts. Okay. So the first font, I'll show you what is Times New Roman. Whether you need to understand which font is there, what you can do is just click. You can see this font is called as Lobster. Now if I want to convert into Times New Roman, you can click on Times New Roman. Copy, select everything, click on Times New Roman. This is called as Times New Roman font. Now this I will change into Arial. I'll just write Arial. Now we will go into the next format, which is in Lobster itself. We'll choose Lobster. You can choose wide n number of varieties of handwriting fonts, but that's up to you. If it is a standard thesis or dissertation, the Times New Roman should be used. If you have a fun project where you can use any fonts, then you can go according to your creativity level. This is Nunito. And the last format we will be changing into Vardana. So this is the different fonts, like how you can select. Suppose you don't know which font, like right now I have written font names. What you can do is click it here and the font name will appear. Example, in this area, if I want to know font, you can see it is in Arial. Okay. Font size, like font size is nothing but how much the size of the font should be. It should be small, it should be big. How big it should be, that's what we need to see. And again, as you can see right now, if I click here, the font size is 11. Just you can drag, click on everything and drag and see. You can change into 10, 12, 48. It's up to you. It depends upon the project that you're handling, but the standard for body is 12, headings is 14. Now we will see what is bold. Bold is nothing but the thickness of the font. If you want to make it bold, like if you wanted to stress some points, and so you can make it thicker, like you can see the difference, it is thicker as of now. If I want to compare, I'll just compare with one thing. So you can see when I've added a bold, it is thicker than what the normal is. Similarly, if you want to know italics, okay, I'll show you the difference too. You can click on italics here, or you can also click Ctrl plus I. So you can see there is a slight tilt of the font. Now similarly, if you want to do underline, you can just click on it, click on underline, and yeah, that's how you can underline. Again, underline is not usually preferred in thesis or dissertation. For fun projects you can do it. For color, you can change the font color to different colors. I'll show you the colors that are available. Click on which and select font color. You can go for brown, yellow, green. Again, usually for the thesis and dissertation we don't prefer colors. It's only black. Probably for drawings you can add the color formats, but when you're writing something, it's usually in the black form color. Now if you want to highlight, usually highlight we don't recommend in dissertation, but again, if at all while you're reading, you can use the highlight. Suppose you wanted to alter something when you're proofreading, you wanted to alter, so you can color code. Yellow is good, green is where you need to some proofreading. You can color code according to that. Now left alignment is something, whatever is it right now is in left alignment. You will understand better when I change certain justify right alignment and center alignment, so you'll find the difference out of it. Justify as of now you can't see perfectly, but I'll show you in the later video. To make it left alignment, justify right alignment, there is something called as align and indent. Click on that. So right now this is in left alignment. If I wanted to make justify, this is the fourth one, is the justify. And right alignment, as again this is in left alignment. Okay, give me a second. Now if I wanted to make a right alignment, click on this button, so it will go into the right side. This is the left alignment and this is the right alignment. Moving on to the center alignment. So click on this again, click on the alignment button and click on center. So you can see the difference. This is the left alignment. Justify you'll see clearly in the later video. Right is everything moves into right, and the center alignment is something which is in the center. Usually center alignment we use it for major headings, like the main heading. And right and left alignment are not usually used unless it's written in letter format or acknowledgements. You can use left and right alignments. Justify is what you use for the whole document. And spacing. So spacing is nothing but basically how much the distance should be there within the lines, within the sentences. Like if you see right now the spacing will be 1.15. In order to do the spacing, there is one button called as line and paragraph spacing. Click on that, click on 1.5. So this is the 1.5. Now for indents, I'll show you in a further video how to do indents. So now we will see how we can add bullets into the content. For adding bullets, what we need to do is write your content, what you need to do. Click on where you wanted the bullet, and there is one checklist. If you want like a checklist format, you can click on checklist, or you wanted bulleted list menu, click on that. You will see different varieties like round, flower, square, arrow, star, and again an arrow. So based upon which bullet you want, you can do it. This is the arrow mark. I'll show you one format for one, so you'll understand the different bullets. See, again if you want the different format, then again you can click on. If you don't want, you can unclick it, so that will be last. Flower, this is the thing. Now if you wanted numbers, you can click on this again, click on the numbered list. Again, if you wanted different formats of numbering, like one dot or one bracket, or you wanted to have alphabets A, B, C, D, so you can do like this. Now in order to insert a table, what you need to do is click on insert on the first ribbon, click on table. Based upon the number of rows and columns you can select. This is nothing but the row, and this is the columns that you have. Basically the horizontal is called as row and the vertical is called as a column. So imagine I want 5 into 5, so I can make it 5 into 5, and the table has been got. Now I wanted to merge two columns. Example, I have two merged columns for gender. So what you can do is click on it, click on merge cells. So I can write gender, male, and female. So that's how you can merge cells. Now I can see usually the headings should be in the center alignment. You can go again alignment, click on center alignment. Whenever you are adding numbers, again the numbers should also be in the center alignment. And yeah, if you want to decrease the size of the cell, you can just click here, more on this, then the size of the cell will be decreased based upon how much you want it. Based upon your content, you can decrease and increase the cell size. Now in order to add the picture, same again, insert, you can see image. You can directly upload from your computer, drive, photos. Now I'll show you how to do search the web. I will search for food. So I'll choose the food macarons, and you will see insert button, click on it. You can see macaron image will be here. Give it a while, it will show. So now I wanted to decrease. As you can see, there are image options. You can rotate the size, rotate accordingly. I have made into 90. I'm rotating according to the 90 degrees. So if I don't want it to this large, you can drag it and make it small. Even I can crop from here itself. There is crop button. If at all I don't want it, the part to be available, see, that's how I can crop it. And you can also add the references according to where you have collected from. Now margins, which I have already discussed. So if at all I need to know what are the current margins, I will select page setup, and you can see all sides is 1. But if at all I wanted to make it as 1.5, or I wanted to bind it, then I'll make it as 1.5. If at all you're submitting a soft copy, not in a hard copy, then you can keep it as 111 on all the sides. So you can see the left has increased. Okay, that you should do in a prior way, because you will avoid the formatting again and again based upon that. Now in order to insert page number, how you need to do, let us understand before that header and footer. So basically header is nothing but the top page, and footer is nothing but the end of the page. So if I just click on the top, you can see there is something called as header option has appeared, and you can add page numbers. You can remove header if you want it, and if you want header format, how much length you want it, you can change it here. Suppose I wanted to add page numbers here itself, I can add it on the top right. If you see, I'll apply, and you can see the page number has been there. Now I wanted to make it as in center. Then how to do that? Click on it, click the options, make it as a center alignment. See, now it is in the center page. If you don't want to be on the header and you want it into the footer, what you can do is again just remove it. It's done. Now I want to add something differently. Usually if you see on headers, sometimes in some books you'll see either the author's name or the chapter name. So you can include the chapter name here by, usually it is done in left alignment. So example, I'll write introduction, or probably your project name, you can do likewise. So if you see introduction here, and it will appear in every page. Okay, see, there is an introduction here, there is again an introduction here. So whatever the pages that you have in the whole document, that will be appeared in as a header. Now I want a page numbers on my footer, so I'll click end page. So there is footer appeared. I will add page number, apply, and I wanted it to be in a center alignment. So 1, 2, and if you see the last page is 6. That's how you can add page numbers. I hope this is easier to understand. This is the things that you need to understand while you are making a thesis or any projects associated. this you can do a screenshot, you can create it as a base for the checklist that you can remind whenever you're doing. So now I will take an example of one project so that you will understand easier. Imagine there is nothing on the above. This is your project that you're working. Example, the importance of nutrients in human health. This is your project, and I have somewhere around, I'm not sure how many count I have added. So in order to know how many words you have, usually what thesis or any project says, like you need to go for 1000 words or 500 words or 2000 words. So in order to find out how many words are there in your project, what you need to do is select the content that you have written. As I have too many contents on the above, so I have just selected whichever I want. Then you can click word count. Okay, count words. So whatever I have dragged, it has 425 words. Okay, imagine I don't have the above content. Okay, give me a second. What I'll do is, so this is the only thing that I have right now. Now what you can do is click on count words. You can see the words is 427. Once you know the word count, you can start writing. If at all you wanted to add any words based upon your content, you can add number of sentences or words accordingly. Now we will do how you can do a format. So if you see, the importance of nutrients in human health is my heading. So as I told, heading should be in 14. It's already in 14, and Times New Roman is the standard font, and it should be in bold, and it should be in a center alignment. Okay, now moving on to nutrients are essential. As I again told, the whole document, when you're submitting a thesis or a project, it should be in Times New Roman. So make it Times New Roman accordingly. And the whole content, like right now, if you see, this is a left alignment. As I told, I will tell you how the right align justify would be looking like. If you see, the whole document is in left alignment here. Now see the whole document clearly. Now what I'll do is I'll make it into a justify. Then you can see all my left end and right end stays in one line. If I show you before end, my only left end is in straight line, but if I do justify, it will be both ends in straight line. Okay, and if I see the spacing out of it, we will do the spacing format now. Again, click on all the things and see how spacing is. It's already in 1.5. If it is in single line, it looks like this, 1.15, and 1.5 is what we do, a standard one. Again, I need a certain points to be bold, like macronutrients can be bold. So I can click a shortcut key, which is Control B. If at all you don't have a laptop, then you can click on directly B. Again, water and dietary fiber. Conclusion. This is what you can do as a heading. Now what I want is carbs, protein, fats. I want it to be a number format. So I'll just select the content where I need it to be numbered. I'll do numbering. And again, I'll do numbering for vitamins and minerals. And it's done. And as I have told you, I'll tell you about indent. So how to do indent, you can click whenever a paragraph is started, you need to do a indent. So click where you want it, double click this arrow. If you see, there is two things, a rectangle and an arrow. Double click here and then move the rectangle part, not the whole triangle. Double click and the rectangle should move, then you will find the paragraph indent. Again, double click. See, if you are moving whole, I'll show you how it looks. It's the whole document will move accordingly. So you need to do only the rectangle piece. Similarly, I will be doing for the water and fiber. Sorry, I have just kept my thing. Wherever you want, click on it. That's how you need to be careful. For the conclusion part, 0.5, and that's how you can do it. Now imagine you wanted to convert this whole file into a PDF. What you can do is click on file, click on download button, then you'll find a PDF document, and you can see it will be saved under the guide name, whatever you have saved, and you can see the numbers and the file. This is how your whole project should look like, neat. If at all you wanted to share the document with your teachers or guide, you can add them by adding mail ID here, or you can also give them directly permission, anyone with the link and sending the link, that you can do it. Suppose I'll click on anyone with link, but I would give as a commenter because I just want them to comment, not edit. So what they will do is they will just add what points to be added rather deleting or editing. Suppose you need to remove some words, she can mention, she or he can mention, you can remove, you can do this formatting based on that. That's how you can share it with other people or probably a group of friends. So yeah, this is how you can make a project or a thesis very finely. Thank you for watching. I hope this video will be useful for you. Subscribe.